Hey everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Christian from Beyond Premiere, and get ready for some serious power plays and political intrigue in the upcoming episode 6 of Shogun. Titled The Ladies of the Willow World. If the trailer is any indication, the women of this world are about to take center stage, and they're not messing around. The description for episode 6 is the following. Lady Ochiba returns to Osaka in order to accelerate the Regents campaign against Toranaga. In Anjiro, Toranaga tests Mariko's loyalty to his cause. First up, we got Lady Ochiba, the ultimate wildcard, making her return to Osaka. And let's just say she's not coming back for tea. No, this lady means business. The warning says it all. You have no idea the enemy you face. So Ochiba is on a mission and she's ready to burn everything down. As you know, episode 5 had game-changing moments that sets the stage for the explosive events of Ladies of the Willow World. First, we got to talk about that jaw-dropping ending. Just when it seemed like things could not get any more chaotic, Mother Nature herself decided to join the events with a devastating earthquake. The aftermath of that event is sure to have far-reaching consequences, and episode 6 looks perfect to explore this in depth. Now moving into this episode, we know that Lady Ochiba is not the only one that is gonna be on the spotlight. We got Mariko, our resident and badass, listening to some serious wisdom in what looks like a heart-to-heart with the lady herself. We got the message of a woman cannot overlook the suffering of another woman. These ladies have been through a lot and they're not about to let each other go alone. Meanwhile, back in Anjiro, it seems like the aftermath of that crazy earthquake is hitting everyone hard. We got Toranaga saying poetic about reclaiming the lives of the living and not letting dead go to waste at what appears to be a mass funeral. Heavy stuff, but it just goes to show, in this world, even tragedy can be a small step for change. And speaking of change, let's talk about that little hand holding moment between Blackthorne and Mariko. Sure, it seems like innocent enough, but in the world of this amazing show, even the smallest move can speak volumes. These two have been dancing around their feelings for weeks now, and with Buntoro back in the picture, things are only going to get more complicated. First off, we got to talk about that tense conversation between Mariko and Lady Ochiba. These two powerhouse women, both connected to different factions, seem to be finding common ground in their shared suffering. Mariko's line, "A woman cannot overlook the suffering of another woman," hints at a possible alliance born of empathy and necessity. As you know, in a world where women are often used as political pawns, Mariko and Ochiba could be a game changer. Imagine if they connect and join together their intellect and influence to navigate the waters of Japanese politics. With Ochiba tied to the air and Mariko loyalty to Toranaga, this ladies could be an unstoppable force, or maybe, of course, Lady Ochiba is gonna use Mariko for her own purpose. Moving into a line of the trailer that the message from "We have no idea the enemy you face" suggests that Ochiba is more than just a grieving mother. She has her own agenda, and in her own right, and her return to Osaka could spell trouble for Toranaga. Will she rally the other Regents against him? Will she use her son, the heir, as a pawn in her own power play? One thing for certain is underestimating Ochiba will be a grave mistake. Meanwhile, back in Anjiro, it seems that the aftermath of the earthquake is forcing everyone to reassess their priorities. Toranaga's speech at the funeral, where he vows to reclaim the lives of the living and not let go to waste, feels like a turning point. In the wake of such devastating loss, perhaps the petty squabbles and political maneuvering will fall by the wayside as the characters unite in their grief and resolve. Or maybe the chaos will only escalate as rival factions seek to exploit the tragedy of their own gain. And of course, we cannot ignore the simmering tension between Blackthorne and Mariko. That brief moment of hand-holding speaks volumes about their connection. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with this, even though they have feelings for each other. And then after the last episode, it seems that they're building this more and more. Also, it seems that the Portuguese priest is actually advocating for an alliance with Toranaga, not warning against him. That puts a whole new spin on things. If the Portuguese are throwing their weight behind Toranaga, that could seriously tip the scales in his favor. Think about it. If the Portuguese have been the dominant power in Japan for decades with their trade, monopoly, and religious influence, if they decide to back Toranaga, that brings a whole lot of money, weapons, and political clout to the table. But here's the thing. We know from previous episodes that Toranaga is no fan of the Portuguese or their decisions. He's been burned by their schemes before, and he's smart enough to know that any alliance with them comes with strings attached. So what's Toranaga play here? Is he seriously thinking about joining forces with the Portuguese, or is this all part of a larger play? Maybe he's just joining them along, using their support for his own position while he plots his next move. Also, let's not forget about Blackthorne in all of this. As an Englishman, he's naturally suspicious of the Portuguese and their allies. If Toranaga does join them, that could seriously strain his relationship with Blackthorne. As you know in the last episode, he wanted to leave Japan, and as we know, he has been a valuable asset so far. He knows he needs Toranaga protection to survive in this land. All I know is, with the Portuguese getting involved and the power dynamics shifting once again, the stage is set for some seriously juicy drama. One thing's for sure, Toranaga better watch his back. With enemies on all sides and allies like the Portuguese, he will need to be at the top of his game to come out on top. But let's talk about the intriguing episode title. It's a poetic phrase that hints at the central role women will play in this upcoming installment. In Japanese culture, the willow tree is rich with symbolism. It's associated with grace, resilience, and adaptability. All qualities that the women of Shogun embody in spades. Just like the willow tree bends without breaking in the face of strong winds, these ladies have learned to navigate the political landscape with a combination of flexibility. But also having the funeral, it suggests a certain sad meaning. Willow branches are often associated with loss in Japanese tradition, and we know from the trailer that this episode will deal with the aftermath of the devastating earthquake. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen in the next episode with Toranaga home in ruins and his troops and his army is scattered. The warlord himself finds himself in a position where he has to plan his next move. I'm actually looking forward to see how Blackthorne is gonna be in episode 6 after everything that has happened in his life recently, even the Anjiro tragic death and his own role in the old gardener demise. This moment is really important where I imagine he's gonna rebuild his life and the garden again. So this is something that we can expect in episode 6. So there's a lot of pieces that are in place, the players are in position, and the stakes have never been higher. As we head into episode 6, one thing is for sure, that we're gonna see the ladies of the Willow World are about to take center stage, and nothing will ever be the same again. My name is Christian from Being Premiere. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, everyone.